Howdy YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman. So today we're going to be doing a delete on the chrome on the front end of my little Corolla. So this is actually part of a bigger video set. In those other videos we'll be going through spraying the roof, the wheels, and all the bolt-on parts, and how to do plastic parts, plastic trims that have been texture coated, and how to get rid of the texture coat. So yeah, if you haven't already seen them, go check them out. Go look through my channel and subscribe, because some of those videos might be still to come. So look, the biggest issue you're gonna have when you come to spraying over chrome parts is your adhesion. And yes, these are actually plastic, but they are chrome as well. So these plastic trim, like they're actually made out of plastic on the back of them, but they have like a actual metal chrome outer layer on them. So if you get a magnet on these chrome trims, this is the late model vehicles I'm talking about, if you get a magnet, it will actually stick to them. So they do actually have a metal layer on the outside of what is actually a plastic inside of the part. So look, the main issue you're gonna have is adhesion. So basically I try to etch into it as much as possible, but anybody who's tried sanding chrome will know that it really doesn't want to sand. Like if you get a bit of sandpaper on paint or even metal, like your bare metal, like your bare steel of the car body, you can see that it starts to want to dig in, but it really doesn't want to dig into any of these chrome parts. So look, all I can say is just do your best to scuff it up a little bit. You try a few different grits. You know, you might find that a finer grit sort of etches into it, but you might find that a coarser grit etches into it. So just try. And the next thing is choosing the right primers. Now, if you can get your hands onto a 2-pack epoxy primer, that is what is ideal. Absolutely ideal. Now, we don't have any of that here at work, and I probably should have got a litre in hindsight, but it'll be interesting to see how well these do stick if I do get some delamination over time. And as I say, this is on my own car, so whenever in the past I've ever done these, I've always gone for a 2-pack epoxy primer. And the main reason you go for that is because 2-pack epoxy primers dry so hard that it is so hard to penetrate through that primer that you won't get a stone chip, or you won't break through it for it to delaminate. So it's only sticking by the fact that it's shrunk. It's basically shrunk wrapped around it. So look, what I'm using here is, as I say, it's not ideal. It's just a standard 1K etch primer, which is really designed for bare metal. But as I say, I used it because I didn't really have a great deal of choice. And yeah, as I say, look, it will be interesting to see how it does hold up. This is my own car, so if it doesn't stick, well, I've only got myself to blame. And look, whenever people do come in with chrome parts that they want sprayed, we always give them the disclaimer: we cannot guarantee that it will stick, but we're just going to do our best. So with these parts here, those little fog light surrounds, they are actually chrome on one section, but then the other section was bare plastic. So that's why you see me here with the 1K plastic primer. I'm just giving a quick flick over the molding that goes on the rear door there. So that's another thing that, you know, I do recommend, like planning the job out. Like look at the car and decide how you're going to do it. Sometimes you're actually just better off leaving the parts on the car, which is what I decided on this job here. With the front bumper. So as you can see, the grille has been taken out. I took out some of the moldings that went around the door frames, but I left some other parts on. So yeah, you've just got to decide that for yourself. All cars are different. What you're looking for out of the job might be different as well. I'm just looking for a quick delete on the plastics and the chrome parts on my vehicle. This was one hell of a day's work without removing the bumper, which I think would have been a bit overkill. To remove this bumper, really not necessary for what the job required, you know. But as I say, you do you. I'm just here to show you what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it. I'm just saying, hey, this is how I do it, and you do what you want. You don't want to put any plastic primer down? I really don't care. That's your car. This is my car. I'm just showing you what I do on my car. I also don't really care too much what you think of my car either. I do work on my car because I want to do it, you know, and I don't know, like, I think it looks great, but if you don't think it looks any good, I really don't care. You know, it's just one of those things that I guess having a bit of self-confidence and not really minding too much, like, if you look at my car and you'd be like, oh, it's just a Corolla. Why would you do all that hard work on a Corolla? It's just a Corolla. I've got my cool Commodore and it's a V8, you know. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever, man. You can do your burnouts in your V8 and I'll just be cruising around. I'll get there just as fast as you because you'll be waiting at the traffic lights. I'll use quarter of the amount of fuel and I won't be doing wear and tear on my car in the meantime. But yeah, look, it's one of those things. This is actually the best car I've ever owned. Easily, hands down. 20 grand is what I spent on this vehicle. So I'd like to keep it looking nice. And I've actually been having a lot of fun in the detailing and the car care side of it. I really have been having a lot of fun buffing and waxing and using the ceramic coatings and all that. And funnily enough, that was actually what spurred me on to do the paintwork on this, because I've been like getting out there and washing it every weekend. Now that I'm on holidays, I'll wash it every third day, to be honest, because I'm literally love keeping it nice and clean, like even like little things like keeping those windows nice and clean. But yeah, as I say, like every time I would wash it, I would just look at those plastic trims that had turned grey, and it's like, man, there's only so much armor all I can put on it, you know what I mean? So I actually didn't put any armor all on it for 2 months, or at least 1.5 months before I did go in and do this paintwork. So I let all of the oils and that and any silicons and stuff like that sort of really let all those contaminants bake right out of it. I didn't even clean the tires down with any silicon based tire cleaners for a couple of months, just so that we didn't get any reaction. So the clear coat that I used on this job is the Quartz Crystal Clear, and that's a scratch resistant clear. So other manufacturers call that a ceramic clear, but it's the same thing. So it goes ultra hard. And I'm thinking that might be the thing that saves me from having delamination, so adhesion issues later down the track. So as I was saying before about your 2-pack epoxy primers, because they dry so hard, you can't actually penetrate through them. So that's what I'm thinking. The clear might be the layer that won't get chipped, you know what I mean? So usually it will be that primer. So let's just say you get your stone chip, it will stone chip through your base coat, through your clear coat, but when it gets to that 2-pack epoxy, it will stop because it's so hard. But I'm hoping, and I'll let you guys know in the future, you know, I like to do updates on those kind of things. I'll let you guys know, but I'm thinking it's the clear coat which might not even stone chip, because as I say, it's ultra hard. It's a scratch resistant clear coat. So look, I just ended this video with a bit of a look at the rest of the job. So these are all these extra parts which I did spray. We'll go more into detail in other videos of that. But yeah, I did get a little bit of a run on that quarter panel, but that was right near where the line was, and I kind of deliberately loaded that up, and I'll actually be doing a further video on removing that run and also the masking line of the black to the red. So we're going to have a nice flush line. Well, the work's actually already been done. I've just got to get around to making the video. So there's a bit of a before and after, and what a transformation. So hope you guys did enjoy watching this video. It's a little bit shorter than the usual, but as I say, look, I've decided to break this job up into a few smaller chunks rather than just going into one video. I think I put all of the clips into the video editor, and I think I had like 2 hours worth of video footage, and as I said in one of the other videos, it was like a 10-hour project, and that was just the paintwork side of it. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed following this project so far, and I'd just like to let you guys know also that spray suits should be in stock by February. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with the Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested. All that aside, I'd just like to say a big thanks for watching, and that is enough to support the channel. But as I say, if you'd like to go the next step, then be sure to check out some of that merchandise. Thanks for watching, and until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.